From the Upco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson, here with Mike Sherman, standing in for a vacationing Barry Trammell this week. Let's get right to the inbox, though. We've got lots of good questions this week. First one comes from Patty. Patty says, why was Tiger Woods allowed to continue playing after throwing his club and kicking it? It was an adventuresome Masters for Tiger Woods, Sherm.
I think his mother wasn't there at the golf tournament. She would have actually said, get in the car, we're going home. It's clear that his mother hadn't been around a lot lately because of the way he's acting, the way he's carrying on. Actually, Jenny, a little bit of an inside joke, it reminds me of playing golf and an old guy who used to work with us, Mike Strain, assistant sports editor at the Oklahoman, now an editor at the Tulsa World. Love Mike, love him like a brother. But he'd get mad, he'd throw his glasses down and throw his clubs. One time he threw his club, it hit a tree and bounced back and hit him. I think his mom needed to come pick him up and take him home.
Tiger Woods did not have any clubs come back and hit him, but maybe he needed to. It was not a real sportsmanlike display for Tiger Woods at the Masters. You know, for a long time we've said, Tiger Woods needs to be a little less robotic. I'm not sure this is what we meant. I think we meant a little bit more personable, not sort of junior golf, people going, oh my God, we're going to have to tell the kids to not be Tiger Woods.
Get back to the Buddhist principles.
Get some calm, Tiger. All right, let's go back to the inbox. This one comes from Trent. Trent says, as the Grizzlies roar through to the number 3 seed in the West, well, that's something. How important does the number 1 seed become of the Thunder and Spurs, who least wants to face the Grizzlies? They're not to 3 yet, Sherm, by the way.
They're not to 3 yet, and really what you want to do you want to pick 2 of the 3 that you want to face, okay? Do you want to face the Spurs, the Grizzlies, or the Clippers? Mm-hmm. Which 2 do you most want to avoid, or which one do you most want to avoid? That's all how it's going to shake out. You're going to have to face 2 of those 3, perhaps. Yeah. And one, I would just strike the Grizzlies. As long as the Thunder's got the home court advantage, a Game 7 against the Grizzlies, it wouldn't worry me that much. So the team you want to face the least is the Spurs, but you don't want to go against the Grizzlies and the Spurs back to back. I think that's trouble.
Well, yeah, I think that is trouble. And the Spurs, I mean, let's be honest, that's a team you want to avoid and hope that maybe they get matched up with a team that takes them out, because thus far we've not seen any reason to think that the Thunder's going to be able to really manage them well, whether it's at home, whether it's in San Antonio. So Thunder knows how to deal with the Grizzlies. Obviously a different team, different personnel this year, but they'll sort of get into that rhythm, I think, against the Grizzlies. I think they would against the Clippers too. We've seen them lose a couple games against them this year, but yeah, it's going to be tough. This just in, the West is a tough conference to win and get to the finals in.
Those clearly look like the top 4 teams, Thunder. But then you've got the Lakers going without Kobe Bryant and demolishing the Spurs with all the old guys playing.
Yeah, I know.
So that's really a strange shakeout. That 4-5 might be Grizzlies, Clippers. Great opening series.
Definitely so. All right, back to the inbox. This one comes from Mark. Mark says, I think the addition of Derek Fisher to the Thunder rotation is a plausible reason for the downturn in the team's performance. He is too old and has been lousy in his performance. 37. It's old in NBA years, but let's not get too far.
Are we sure that Barry Trammell didn't write that email to himself? I mean, this sounds like what Barry's been saying. Oh, don't play him too much. Don't give him any of Daquan Cook's minutes. Does anybody understand who Derek Fisher is? You know what his lifetime three-point field goal percentage in the playoffs is? It's like 40%. How many key series, key shots? Ask the Spurs what Derek Fisher does. Is he old? Yes. Has his shot gone? I say no. We're going to find that out in May and June. And Jenny, the other thing is, they got him for many other things, for teaching, for all that other stuff. I cannot put what's happening in the Thunder at all on Derek Fisher. These issues were here but when he was still in Los Angeles.
Yeah, definitely so. You can't blame it on Derek Fisher. I think when it comes to the playoffs, the idea of having a more veteran point guard with that second unit, that's what they felt like they needed, is just more stability. And I think Derek Fisher is a smart enough player, a savvy enough player, that if his shot isn't coming in the playoffs, he's not going to take those shots. I think he's going to be very selective with that. He might be shooting more now than he might in the playoffs, but you've definitely got to look at that ability to run the offense, to get guys focused in that second unit. I think that's where he comes in so handy in the playoffs.
Do you think people are stuck still on that first game against
Maybe
Minnesota when he was jacking every three-pointer? It looked like they were trying to coronate him as their corner three-point guy. I think that's what we're stuck on. Hasn't been good, but wait for the playoffs.
Yeah, not great thus far, but it's still early. All right, back to the inbox. This last one comes from Tom. It's another Masters question. Tom says, Masters TV coverage on Saturday did not start until 2:30 p.m. How ridiculous to have so little TV time of the most tradition-rich golf tournament. A tradition like no other, Sherm. Should it have come on earlier?
A tradition like no other, depriving people of what they want. It's crazy. Who are the Masters guys? Are they boxing in the 70s, in the 60s when we had to go down to the Myriad or the Baltimore Civic Center to watch Ali Frazier on closed circuit? Giving the people what they want, that's what keeps businesses flowing. I think the arrogance of the Masters has long been an issue. They've been doing this for years. Tom, storm the Bastille, right to CBS, right to the Masters, and get it changed. But good luck, because this has been the issue for these many years.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to admit, I didn't watch much Masters coverage because I couldn't remember when it came on, and I frankly got tired of looking for it. You know, especially those first couple rounds, you know it's on in the morning, and I frankly I got tired of trying to figure out, well, is it on now? What about now? I didn't watch much of the Masters. And you know what? It's really a nice sort of cross, I don't know, like a clash of cultures or something. You've got the Masters not coming on TV until they decide it's time to come on. And then you've got Bubba Watson and all of his irreverence out there winning this tournament, saying next year we're going to have In-N-Out Burger perhaps as our champions meal. I mean, what a great guy. Talk about storming the Bastille. I think Bubba Watson could help lead that charge with Tom.
It's time to give the people what they want 20 years later.
There you go. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.